Yeah, Candace, good evening. Candace, good evening. There was just a prayer that was said here at the Mount Airy Resort in Paradise Township. Lines have been forming since this morning. I was talking to the first people in the lines. They say they stayed overnight in the foyer in front of the building to make sure they were in front of the line. I want to show that video that we had from earlier today. You can see the stage that is currently being placed. People starting to file in to the arena. Hundreds hit the lines to get to their first look at the president. According to the White House, the president will be speaking at the affordability around the country and lowering the cost of living. Outside, PennDOT trucks are on standby with plow trucks. They're going to be served as movable barricades if they need to be used, according to one Secret Service agent that I was speaking with. Trump supporters I spoke with came up for as far as close as East Stroudsburg, others going as far as Wisconsin. We also saw license plates from all over the country, including one in Missouri. I spoke with one Congressman, Rob Bresnahan, a few moments ago, asking about him about the affordability in Monroe County. According to the Pocono Mountain Economic Development Corporation's December economic overview, the age groups from 45 and older are higher than the national average. Now, here in Monroe County, the age range from 55 to 64 is nearly 4 percentage points higher than across the country. Obviously, you can hear the Star Spangled Banner going on behind me right now. President Trump is expected to be speaking at about 6 o'clock today, so roughly about an hour from now. We'll make sure to keep you updated with any new updates that may be happening here inside this ballroom as we continue our coverage here on 2822 News. Candace, we'll send it back to you.
Connor, thank you. Of course, not everyone outside Mount Airy Resort is happy with the president. Just down the road, a protest was set up to send a clear message to President Trump about their disapproval of his administration. 2822's Heidi Martens has that part of our coverage tonight. Heidi?
Good afternoon, Candace. Yes, I am standing at the 5 Point intersection in Mount Pocono right now, where those that don't necessarily agree with Trump have been protesting. They chose this route because there is a high chance that this is where the president will be driving through. Protesters say they want to be visible, so they're positioning themselves along this route because it gives them the best chance to have their message be seen.
Donald Trump recently said that affordability is a hoax, and the vast majority of us here live the reality that we know affordability is not a hoax.
As you can see behind me, they have been lining up for the past hour, holding up signs and chanting as the traffic comes through. We'll keep you posted on air and on our app, 2822 News, reporting in Mount Pocono, 2822's Heidi Martens. Back to you, Candace.
Heidi, thank you. And again, remember, stick with 2822 News as we bring you the latest coverage of President Trump's visit, both on air and online. And we will be streaming his full speech with no ads on our 2822 Now app and social media pages. Students are preparing for the end of the semester and final exams, of course, that come with it. And one local university is focusing on helping students de-stress ahead of finals. 2822's Colby Hughes is live in Scranton to explain. Colby?
Hi, good evening. All week long on Penn State's Scranton campus, events are taking place as part of their Stress Busters Week, and the students' response has been overwhelmingly positive. As the semester comes to a close, college students are busy studying for hours on end to prepare for their final exams.
It's been really stressful because, you know, it all crams up into like these final weeks, and after Thanksgiving break, it's all like you take this long break and then it all just starts ramping up pretty quickly.
Students at Penn State Scranton have the opportunity to take a breath with what's being called the Stress Busters Week.
Typically with studying, you really shouldn't be spending like 3 hours straight studying for stuff, so we're offering those breaks in order to help them to be able to take those breaks so that they can study better.
This is one of the most engaging weeks that we have on campus for sure. I think people need that 1 hour or 2 hour break in between finals, so that's why we try to make them fun.
Events like Massage Monday and a holiday bingo are bringing students to the campus in droves. They can also relax with games to take their minds off of the stress.
You know, a lot of us kind of have, you know, our separate lives other than college, so with all of the stress of college on top of everything else, it's just really overwhelming, and I feel like the events that they do on campus really help.
Being able to have these events on campus to promote just like a good well-being, good mindset and whatnot, just really helps us be like, hey, it's okay, like we don't have to worry too much about it. It's not the end of the world.
Within the Stress Busters events, students are also finding a place among their peers.
Being able to have a community that has just a lot of people who are open to helping other people makes things so much just less stressful.
Many of the students I spoke with said they are feeling prepared for their tests, but they are even more ready for the finals to be over. Reporting in Scranton, Colby Hughes, 2822 News. Back to you.
Remember those days. Thanks, Colby. The region's largest electric provider is looking to raise its rates, and the public is getting a chance to talk about it. PPL is asking for an increase that would add about $12 a month to the average bill. Officials say it would improve the grid, reduce outages, and boost customer service. The hike wouldn't start until next July and still needs PUC approval. Several more hearings are planned over the next few weeks, and you can find dates, times, and locations at 2822news.com. Santa's elves are busy in Lackawanna County with a toy drive, helping those who need it this holiday season. Inside Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, there are hundreds of items ready to be put under the tree. Catholic Social Services is giving out gifts for more than 200 children in the Carbondale area. People have the opportunity to shop for everything from toys to clothes, even stuffed animals, when they might not otherwise be able to.
I mean, I think it's all about the dignity, right? You come in and you get to pick out what exactly your children like, I apologize. And I think that that's really important because you know that what they have under the Christmas tree is going to be something that they're going to be really happy with.
I like coming every year to see the same faces usually, but this year there's more new faces that we haven't seen before.
Catholic Social Services will host a second chance distribution tomorrow at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church for anyone who missed registration for today's drive. It's been a bitterly cold day, and now another storm is in our sights. Future Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Hodell joins us now with more. Hi, Josh.
Hello there, Candace. If only we can really shake the intense cold, that would feel a little bit better. But right now we're tracking one round of snow showers moving across New York State and Pennsylvania. But the thing is, it's a little too dry for that to reach the ground. So that's one thing we're watching. And notice what's going on near Minneapolis. You see that blue? That is snow. That's racing in our direction. Candace, you're forecasting about 10 minutes. I'll see you soon.
Sounds good, thanks. Newly released images show what police say they found with Luigi Mangione during his arrest last year. Still ahead, the latest on the courtroom debate over evidence in the case against the man suspected of killing a healthcare CEO. Plus, President Trump heads to Pennsylvania, as we've been talking about, as he promises a $12 billion aid package for American farmers hit by tariffs. Why the president shifted his stance on a debate that's dividing Washington. All right, on the one-year anniversary of his arrest, Luigi Mangione is back in court as prosecutors present evidence for his upcoming trial. Topping news across the nation tonight, Mangione was taken into custody at an Altoona McDonald's after witnesses recognized him and called 911. Prosecutors have released images of what they say was found with him at the time, including a 3D printed gun, a silencer, ammunition, and pages from a notebook. The notes outline getaway plans and ways to avoid detection. Police testified that Mangione gave them a fake ID before his arrest. The Supreme Court appears likely to expand President Trump's presidential authority over independent federal agencies, indicating potential support for recent board member removals. The court's conservative majority suggested in arguments yesterday it would overturn the 90-year-old decision. Lawyers for the Trump administration are defending the president's decision. The court has already allowed agency members to be removed from their positions, even as legal challenges proceed. Meanwhile, the president is changing his tune on releasing the video of a contested boat strike. Last week, the president said he supported releasing the video of a second strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug boat, which many accuse of being a war crime due to attacking incapacitated enemies. Now President Trump says he's deferring to Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who says they need to review it before it is released. Here is our Instapoll question today. Amid the ongoing conflict in the Caribbean, do you think the U.S. should attack sites within Venezuela? Here's how people are voting so far. You can vote in our Instapoll by scanning the QR code. You could also go through 2822news.com or on our app under the drop-down menu. And then once you do that, go on over to our Facebook page and share a comment or opinion about why you voted the way you did, and we may share that during one of our newscasts today. We're seeing the first images of the destruction after a powerful earthquake hit Japan. Residents remain on alert for aftershocks. While no deaths have been reported, at least 34 people were injured by falling debris. A minor tsunami also struck the coast, and officials are still evaluating the full extent of that damage. We are tracking more winter weather for the midweek. Let's take a look now from our Pottsville camera. Chief Meteorologist Josh Odell is monitoring the next system for us, and he's up next with your forecast.
now.
At any moment, Air Force One is expected to land on the tarmac at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. 2822's Avery Nape is live in Avoca, where the president of the Poconos after getting off the plane. Avery.
Hey, Candace, good evening. Yeah, as you said, we're here on the tarmac at Scranton Wilkes-Barre International Airport. And as you can see behind me, there is a full fleet here of presidential aircraft. Let me just flip my camera around for you for a second, just so you can get a look at those planes here. We have 3 Ospreys here, Marine Corps aircraft, as well as the Marine One helicopters. Now, as I'm sure you guys have already heard, this trip is about talking about the economy, the economic plan for the administration coming up in the future. And of course, he will be heading to Mount Airy Casino later tonight. We are expecting a possible address here at the airport upon his arrival. However, that is not confirmed yet. We do know, though, that Air Force One has departed Washington, D.C. and is currently on its way here. Still not exactly sure what time they will be arriving, but we will be checking back in with you guys around the time of arrival and giving you a live look at President Trump's plane, as well as him exiting that aircraft onto the tarmac. We'll be checking back in with you guys here soon. But for now, live in Pittston Township, Avery Nape, 2822 News. Candace?
Avery, thanks. Yeah, a lot of people anticipating the presidential's arrival. It's neat to see the airplanes and the helicopters at the airport when you drive by, because it's just like, it's eye-catching because they're so big.
I know. It's just a neat experience in general.
Yeah.
So Air Force One lands at Avoca, but as you and I were just talking,
I'm assuming
he
he's
will jump on a helicopter and fly right out to Mount Airy.
One would assume with the amount of helicopterish things
that have been going on for the last couple of days around both of our houses. I'm like, what is going on here?
Why is my house shaking?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Well, hey, that's going to save the 40-minute drive up 380, and that will be nice. We're watching 2 rounds of snow showers. One moving through Pennsylvania right now. That's going to scoot on by. We're not expecting much, if anything, out of this. In fact, most of that simply not reaching the ground. Then we're watching what's going on from about Chicago to Minneapolis. That snow is racing here, and it will be with us probably around sunrise, if not a little bit before. Downtown Scranton is quiet, it's cold, it's 24, feels like it's 15. Don't you wish we can kind of shake this cold? At least the Arctic cold, you know? 35 in the afternoon, 25 at night is fine for me. This is Pottsville. We don't need 5 in the morning, I guess is what I'm getting at. It feels like it's 10. Wind is a little bit gusty. These temperatures are likely going to be our low temperatures. Slowly overnight, they will warm up, and we will be around 30, say 6, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Small chance of a snow shower this evening, but the steadier snow comes rolling in first thing in the morning. As we get to about lunchtime, it warms up enough that we'll see a mix of snow and rain. That green, that's the rain. The yellow, that's the rain too. Steady action tapers off tomorrow afternoon. Then it's leftover scattered stuff Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, and Thursday. Light snow starts between 4 and 9. For the valleys and locations farther south, we are expecting it to be warm enough that it will be a mix of light snow and rain. Temperatures in the 30s tomorrow. That's going to help out with road conditions a lot. Steady activity tapers off 1 to 5 o'clock. This is how much we're forecasting. Valleys coating to 1 inch or 2, hilltops 2 to 4. Still wouldn't be surprised. Right here, somewhere Sullivan County, parts of Wyoming County, maybe even the back mountain of Luzerne County. I would not be surprised if somebody ends up with about 5 or 6 inches. We do get into the 30s. That helps out with roads. Steady action tapers off tomorrow afternoon. But this latest round of winter weather will just reinforce the cold on Thursday. Highs in the 20s, maybe near 30 if we're lucky. Your future alert weather forecast tonight. Light snow starts 4 to 9 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures rising overnight. Tomorrow, mix of light snow and rain comes to an end between about 1 and 5. Mid upper 30s, if not near 40. And because of this rain-snow combo, we have a weather alert day for you. Snow showers on Thursday. Friday, we're fine. Friday night, Saturday morning, snow showers. Still could end up with light snow Saturday night. Colder Sunday, colder on Monday. We just can't get out of this Arctic air.
No. You did a good impression of the car starting up
like
in those
that?
colder
You know what
mornings.
happened? You know what happened this morning?
No,
So
what?
I get my car. I have a sunglasses case in there.
Yeah.
So it was sunny.
Yeah.
Go to open it, cracked. That's how cold the car was last night.
You can't catch a break, can
No.
you?
Well, you know what? New tires one day, broken sunglass case the next.
Garage door opener.
Garage door doesn't work. Bring it on.
Well, they come in threes, so I think you're good.
No, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Josh. The Federal Reserve takes a good look at interest rates during its last meeting of the year as President Trump talks the economy on the road tonight. We'll tell you how this could affect you next. The economy continues to be a top issue for voters across the country, and the president is looking to address those concerns. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman details recent moves by the president ahead of a key decision on interest rates.
The Federal Reserve meets as the president takes his economic pitch on the road. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The Fed holding its last meeting of 2025 on Tuesday and Wednesday to decide what to do about interest rates. It's expected to cut rates by 0.25%. Factors the Fed considers include the jobs market and inflation. Due to the government shutdown, the most recent inflation data is from September. It shows inflation at 3%, slightly higher than a year ago, but well below the highs we saw back in 2022. It also comes as the president turns his focus to the economy, speaking at a rally in Pennsylvania. On Monday, President Trump announced a $12 billion aid package for struggling U.S. farmers. The White House saying that money comes from tariff revenues. So far this year, the U.S. has collected more than $200 billion from tariffs on foreign goods. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
You can also find more news and analysis from Blake and his colleagues 24/7 on News Nation. And to find News Nation on your screen, go to joinnn.com. President Donald Trump is set to take the stage tonight in the Poconos, what he's promising for farmers who are hit hard by tariffs while outlining his plan to tackle inflation. The latest details on his visit in live team coverage next.
grade.
The anticipation is building for President Trump's visit in the Poconos. He'll speak tonight, or is expected to speak tonight at 6 o'clock at Mount Airy Casino Resort. And he's looking to cover a wide range of topics, including the economy, rising costs, which was a major topic he addressed when he campaigned across our state. We continue our live team coverage for you tonight. Reporters Connor Core and Joe Mason are live inside the event, and Avery Nape is in Avoca, where Air Force One is expected to land this evening. Let's start with Connor.
Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright.
Yeah, good evening, Candace. Representative Rob Bresnahan just stepped off the stage. Somebody else, new speaker is coming onto the stage right now. I'm currently inside Mount Airy Casino here in Monroe County in Paradise Township. People have been talking to like you said, Candace, the anticipation has been building as we get closer and closer, right around 6 o'clock when President Trump is getting to speak. Well, I want to get to the video that we shot earlier today that said had plenty of people lining up before to see they get their first glimpse at the president for this new plan that he's announcing. Like you said, according to the White House, the president will be speaking about affordability around the country and lowering the cost of living. Outside PennDOT is currently on standby with plow trucks. They're going to be served as movable barricades if they need to be used. That's what one Secret Service agent that I spoke with told me. Trump supporters I also spoke with came in from close as East Stroudsburg. Others coming as far away as Wisconsin, over in the Midwest. We also saw license plates from all over in different parts of the country. And my favorite one, all the way over in Missouri. I spoke with Congressman Rob Bresnahan just a few moments ago before he came on stage, and he talked about affordability in Monroe County. Now, according to the Pocono Mountain Economic Development Corporation December Economic Review, the age groups from 45 and older are higher than the national average. Now, in Monroe County specifically, the age range from 55 to 64 is nearly 4 percentage points higher than the entire country. Now, like you said, Candace, the anticipation is building for when the 45th and 47th president of the country will be addressing people here in Monroe County. The anticipation is building. The seats just to my right are starting to finally fill up. The packed crowd here in Monroe County in Mount Airy Resort. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Connor, thanks. And supporters of President Trump are eager to hear what he has to say tonight when he gives his remarks inside Mount Airy. They began lining up as early as this morning, very early this morning. 2822's Joe Mason spoke with some of them, and he has that part of our coverage for you tonight. Joe.
Made life less affordable for Americans, drove jobs overseas, and weakened our nation. Thankfully,
well, good evening, Candace. Yes, we just heard from Representatives Bresnahan, McKenzie, and Muser. Now other people are beginning to speak, but we're all waiting for President Trump to arrive here. That'll be in the next half hour or so. But before any of this kicked off, we spoke to several supporters of the president online, waiting in those frigid temperatures, and they all say they support the president and his economic agenda. They say the gas prices are going down. They say grocery prices hopefully will follow, and with that, they say it'll take time to get there because of different things, but they have faith in the president and his abilities. Now, again, we should be hearing from the president in the next half hour or so. We'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online at 2822news.com. But for now, reporting in Paradise Township, Joe Mason, 2822 News.
Joe, thank you. Air Force One is expected to land on the tarmac at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. 2822's Avery Nape joins us now live in Avoca, where the president will begin his journey to the Poconos this evening. Avery.
Oh, Candace, good evening. Yeah, as you said, we're here at the Scranton Wilkes-Barre International Airport on the tarmac. We just got let in a little over an hour ago. And from the reactions here now, it seems like Air Force One has just touched down or soon will be touching down. We have confirmed that they did leave D.C. quite a while ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see that plane come into view here soon. But as you can see behind me, we already have a pretty fantastic display of presidential aircraft. We have Marine One here, as well as some Marine Ospreys parked on the tarmac already. Now, as we've already said, this visit is about the economy. Trump's going to be speaking at Mount Airy tonight about some of his economic policies planned for the future. And we will have coverage for you all evening in regards to his visit tonight. Now, there is quite a large Secret Service and police presence here at the airport now, as you might expect. Every inch of this airport seems to be covered in security. As you can see here, we've got Secret Service walking by right now. And we do have those aircraft on the tarmac, as I said before. Now, These aircraft you see here are typically used to transport the Secret Service as well as the media with traveling with President Trump. Now, it is not clear exactly what time he will be arriving. I believe he was expected to arrive around 5 o'clock. Obviously, we're well past that, but we should be seeing that plane start to come into view here soon. And whenever it does, we will be letting you guys know and hopefully taking a live look at the plane landing as well as President Trump exiting that plane here tonight. Now, we will continue to cover this visit here tonight, both at the airport and up at Mount Airy Casino. We have teams obviously here and at the casino right now, waiting to give you the full scoop, full coverage of this presidential visit. For now, reporting live in Pittston Township, Avery Nape, 2822 News. Candace?
All right, Avery, we'll be checking back soon as the president gets in your view there. Remember, stick with 2822 News as we bring you the latest coverage of President Trump's visit, both on air and online, all throughout the evening today. We will also be streaming his full speech with no ads on our 2822 Now app and social media pages. As the semester comes to a close, college students are busy studying, of course, and with that comes final exams. And our 2822's Colby Hughes was covering this story for us today, and she says that students are busy studying, and she has the latest.
Hi, good evening. All week long on Penn State's Scranton campus, events are taking place as part of their Stress Busters Week, and the students' response has been overwhelmingly positive. As the semester comes to a close, college students are busy studying for hours on end to prepare for their final exams.
It's been really stressful because, you know, it all crams up into like these final weeks, and after Thanksgiving break, it's all like you take this long break and then it all just starts ramping up pretty quickly.
Students at Penn State Scranton have the opportunity to take a breath with what's being called the Stress Busters Week.
Typically with studying, you really shouldn't be spending like 3 hours straight studying for stuff, so we're offering those breaks in order to help them to be able to take those breaks so that they can study better.
This is one of the most engaging weeks that we have on campus for sure. I think people need that 1 hour or 2 hour break in between finals, so that's why we try to make them fun.
Events like Massage Monday and a holiday bingo are bringing students to the campus in droves. They can also relax with games to take their minds off of the stress.
You know, a lot of us kind of have, you know, our separate lives other than college, so with all of the stress of college on top of everything else, it's just really overwhelming, and I feel like the events that they do on campus really help.
Being able to have these events on campus to promote just like a good well-being, good mindset and whatnot, just really helps us be like, hey, it's okay. Like, we don't have to worry too much about it. It's not the end of the world.
Within the Stress Busters events, students are also finding a place among their peers.
Being able to have a community that has just a lot of people who are open to helping other people makes things so much just less stressful.
Many of the students I spoke with said they are feeling prepared for their tests, but they are even more ready for the finals to be over. Reporting in Scranton, Colby Hughes, 2822 News. Back to you.
The region's largest electric provider is looking to raise its rates, and the public is getting a chance to share their opinions about it. PPL is asking for an increase that would add about $12 a month to the average bill. Officials say it would improve the grid, reduce outages, and boost customer service. The hike wouldn't start until next July, and it still needs PUC approval. Several more hearings are planned over the next few weeks, and you can find the dates, times, and locations on 2822news.com. Santa's elves are busy in Lackawanna County with a toy drive to help those who need it this holiday season. Inside Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, there are hundreds of items ready to be put under the tree. Catholic Social Services is giving out gifts for more than 200 children in the Carbondale area. People have the opportunity to shop for everything from toys to clothes, even stuffed animals, when they might not otherwise be able to.
I mean, I think it's all about the dignity, right? You come in and you get to pick out what exactly your children like, I apologize. And I think that that's really important because you know that what they have under the Christmas tree is going to be something that they're going to be really happy with.
I like coming every year to see the same faces usually, but this year there's more new faces that we haven't seen before.
Catholic Social Services will host a second chance distribution tomorrow at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church for anyone who missed registration or today's drive. We're keeping an eye on another storm system for you. Chief Meteorologist Josh Hodell joins us now with what we can expect tonight. Hi, Josh.
Hello there, Candace. We are tracking a little bit of snow for us. We have one system kind of working across New York and Pennsylvania right now. We have more back near Minneapolis. That is coming in our direction. That's going to be Wednesday snow. Candace will time it out for you hour by hour, let you know what to expect. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. Newly released images show what police say they found with Luigi Mangione during his arrest last year. Still ahead, the courtroom debate over evidence in the case against the man suspected of killing a healthcare CEO. Plus, President Trump heads to Pennsylvania as he promises a $12 billion aid package for American farmers hit by tariffs. Why the president shifted his stance on a debate that's dividing Washington.
Season.
On the one-year anniversary of his arrest, Luigi Mangione is back in court as prosecutors present evidence for his upcoming trial. Topping news across the nation today, Mangione was taken into custody at an Altoona McDonald's after witnesses recognized him and called 911. Prosecutors have released images of what they say was found with him at the time, including a 3D printed gun, a silencer, ammunition, and pages from a notebook. The notes outline getaway plans and ways to avoid detection. Police testified that Mangione gave them a fake ID before his arrest. The Supreme Court appears likely to expand presidential authority over independent federal agencies, indicating potential support for recent board member removals. The court's conservative majority suggested in arguments yesterday it would overturn the 90-year-old decision. Lawyers for the Trump administration are defending the president's decision. The court has already allowed agency members to be removed from their positions even as legal challenges proceed. Meanwhile, the president is changing his tune on releasing video of a contested boat strike. Last week, the president said he supported releasing the video of a second strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug boat, which many accuse of being a war crime because of attacking incapacitated enemies. Well, now President Trump says he's deferring to Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who says that there will be a need to review it before it is released. In our Instapoll question today, amid the ongoing conflict in the Caribbean, do you think the U.S. should attack sites within Venezuela? So far, the majority have said no. If you want to participate, scan the QR code, go to 2822news.com or on our app under the drop-down menu, and then go to our Facebook page and tell us why you chose the option you did, and we may share your comments during one of our newscasts. We're seeing some of the first images of the destruction after that powerful earthquake hit Japan. Residents remain on alert for aftershocks, and while no deaths have been reported, at least 34 people were injured by falling debris. A minor tsunami also struck the coast, and officials are still evaluating the full extent of the damage. We are tracking more winter weather for you. Let's take a live look now from our Pottsville camera. Chief Meteorologist Josh Hodell will fill us in on what we can expect tomorrow and how it could affect your morning commute. Next.
Ships.
Well, I hope President Trump brought his gloves and hats and mittens and all that good stuff because it's cold.
It's a little cold. It's a good thing that we'll be indoors.
Yeah, true.
Whew. I would not want to be standing outside giving a speech or watching a speech
Even
when it's
standing in
20
line.
degrees.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
And not only that, not only is it cold, but the wind was a bit gusty. I mean, we have wind chills in the single digits. It would be nice just to have something like a 35, 40 degree afternoon and 20s at night. Wouldn't that be decent? Instead of this, near zero, record cold in the morning. Okay, I'll stop complaining. Right now in Pottsville, it's 21. This is at the Schuylkill County Airport. So this is kind of what we're talking about here. It feels like it's about 10. Now we'll go to Wilkes-Barre. We are showing generally mostly cloudy skies right now, but at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport, it's 24. It feels like it's about 15. We have temperatures that are in the 20s at the same time. We're tracking these snow showers. Most of this is not reaching the ground, but notice what's going on near Minneapolis and Chicago. That's coming here next. So we have a small chance of a snow shower this evening. Towards morning, light snow breaks out. By lunchtime, warm enough for a mix of light snow and rain. And then it all comes to an end tomorrow afternoon. Steady light snow and rain come to an end tomorrow afternoon. Steadier snow develops between about 4 and 9. But as it gets warmer, valleys, and for those of us who live a little bit farther south, we have an opportunity for that snow to either or change over to plain old rain. Steady mix of snow and rain comes to an end between 1 and 5. This is what we're forecasting in terms of snow. Less in the valleys, a little bit more on the hilltops. Somewhere between the Back Mountain and Sullivan County, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 5 or 6 inch snow report. It will be in the 30s tomorrow afternoon, so that's going to help out with road conditions. Yeah, sure, when it snows, there are going to be some slippery spots, but with temperatures in the 30s and the road crews doing their thing, I think most of our roads tomorrow afternoon should be in pretty good shape. But that snow tomorrow, just the leading edge of another shot of Arctic air. Upper teens, low 20s Thursday morning. Highs only in the 20s, and if we're lucky, 30 on Thursday. Your Future Alert weather forecast. Rising temperatures overnight. Light snow starts between 4 and 9. Carbondale 36, Tunkhannock 38. Temperatures above freezing. That's great for roads. Stroudsburg 40. Moscow, Hazleton 34. Jim Thorpe 40. I have Tremont 39, Elysburg 40, Tamaqua 37, Williamsport, Lewisburg 40, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre 38, Old Ford's the same. Again, these afternoon temperatures in the 30s, roads should be all right as it warms up. Snow showers on Thursday, fine Friday. Snow showers Friday night, Saturday morning. Light snow possible Saturday night, colder on Sunday. We'll see how this all goes here the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, not a big snow event for us tomorrow.
Okay.
Just enough to be a little nuisance or maybe even aggravating.
Well, yeah,
You know
there's
how that goes.
I'm already annoyed.
School delays are rolling in, aren't they? Here we go.
Yeah.
It's only the beginning of December.
I know.
Let's slow down on the snow days.
We'll see what happens. Thanks,
Right?
Josh.
You got it.
How about this? We just caught word that Air Force One is expected to land on the tarmac at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport any moment now. So let's go to 2822's Avery Nape, who joins us live.
Candace, yeah, that's right. Air Force One was just cleared to land here at Scranton Wilkes-Barre International Airport. Now, those helicopters, as you can see behind me, they've been parked there all night, waiting to presumably transport President Trump to his destination at Mount Airy Casino. Now, let me just turn my camera around for just a second, and maybe we can catch some of that action on the tarmac. Now, I'm going to start here with those helicopters. We have the Osprey right there, obviously, and Marine One helicopters as well. These aircraft are typically used to transport Secret Service as well as President Trump's media team and journalists who are traveling with him. Now, as you can see, massive Secret Service presence here at the airport. You can see a few of them here on the tarmac, but there are even more in the surrounding areas and probably many that we can't see as well. Now, as I said, that Air Force One was just cleared to land. We are starting to see a little bit more movement from the men on the ground here at the airport, but that plane still has not come into view. There are some lights in the sky. You can see one right here, kind of pointing at it there, if my camera will focus. But it's unclear if that is Air Force One or not. What we do know, though, is that he is in the airspace. Air Force One should be landing here any moment now. And we will hopefully have that for you live when he does. Now, of course, today's visit, I'm going to turn my camera one more time just so you guys can get a view of the tarmac again. As I said, a lot more movement happening now than there has been. This visit from President Trump is focused on the economy, on economic policy, and what he plans to do going forward. And he has said that this is part of his plan to correct what he calls Biden's inflation crisis. Now, as I said, Marine One helicopters here, probably going to be transporting him up to Mount Airy Casino. However, we did see the motorcade here earlier today, so that very well could be his means of transportation up to the casino tonight. Now, still no sign of the plane here on the ground. We do see some lights in the sky, but that plane still does not seem to have landed just yet. Now, it is a cold one out here. We have been here on the tarmac for a couple hours now. And as I said earlier, President Trump may very well be addressing the media here once he lands. However, that is not confirmed. We do know that he will be at Mount Airy, originally expected to speak there for 6 o'clock. Obviously, we're now pretty close to 6, and he still has not landed. So chances are that speech, his address will be pushed back. But any moment now, he should be here on the ground. Still seeing some planes circling here on the tarmac. And actually, I believe this may be Air Force One. I don't know if you saw that just now. It should come into frame right there. I believe that is Air Force One landing on the tarmac. I might be wrong. It's hard to tell from this distance. But they were cleared to land. So it's very possible, very likely that was, in fact, Air Force One. Now, of course, when they do land, they're going to have to get to the end of the runway. There's all the way over on that side of the airport, and then taxi over to here where we are standing. As I said, there has been quite a bit more movement now in the last 5-10 minutes or so than we've seen all night. Secret Service seems to be scrambling here on the ground, presumably preparing for his eventual arrival. Now, I've said multiple times by now, we're not really sure how President Trump plans on getting from the airport here up to Mount Airy. Very well could be by one of these aircraft. It could be by his motorcade. We have yet to see what the plan is as far as that goes. Now, that plane's still not in view here. You see some Secret Service here on the tarmac. Hopefully, it should be coming back into view here at any moment, hopefully sooner than later. It will be coming from this direction, from over there. Yeah, a little more movement here. We are seeing some vehicles start to come onto the tarmac here. Still no sign of that plane, though. Turn this around for you guys one more time. Still not seeing that plane. I would say by the reaction of Candace, go ahead. Absolutely. And if we are given the chance to ask President Trump any questions here tonight, that will be the first thing I ask. What is the significance of NEPA to him, to his administration? And, what was the reasoning for the Poconos, for this visit? That is going to be the first thing, if anything, that we ask him here tonight. Now, as you said, I don't think we've seen a visit to the Poconos by President Trump, at least during this presidency. Let me flip my camera around just in case that plane rounds the corner. As I said, it will be coming from right over there where my finger is. Yeah, normally you can, but with the noise that these aircraft are making, I'm not hearing anything other than those. Stand by. I believe that plane we saw land was Air Force One, though. I mean, as I said, the reaction here on the ground and the fact that he was cleared to land shortly before, I would imagine if I had to bet that was, in fact, Air Force One. We're just waiting on it to taxi over here. I'm seeing some lights. This might be it. Stand by. Yeah, I believe what you're seeing here is, in fact, Air Force One. Still a little bit of ways away. They're probably going to be pulling right up here to this set of stairs where President Trump will then exit. And, hopefully will give us some sort of address or a chance to ask some questions here tonight. That is, in fact, Air Force One. No, we haven't been told anything here tonight. There was a release sent out earlier today that hinted at the possibility of an address, but nothing was set in stone. And no, I have not heard anything as of late as far as what the plan would be. But like you said, they are running a bit behind. The original arrival time was supposed to be around 5 o'clock. It is obviously getting close to 6 here now. The plane is getting closer. Yeah. Right. And I know he has been very critical of President Biden's choices with economic policy. And from the sound of it,